Hi, in this video, we're going to dispel the 6 biggest myths to purchasing a home. If you've been trying to get into a home or interested to buy a home and there's things holding you back, you just might really be able to buy a home, and the things that you think are obstacles really don't exist, or they can be overcome. So stay tuned to this video. We're going to break down the 6 biggest myths and see if we can't get you into a home even as soon as within the next 30 days. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Robert. I'm the owner of Purple Shirt Realty. Our whole business model revolves around affordability, being able to afford a home. And this is especially true for people relocating here and for first-time home buyers that already are here. About half of my clients in the past, and we're talking about hundreds of clients, like close to 500, that didn't think they could buy a home. A lot of them didn't think they could buy a home. We got them a home. Somebody else had told them no. There's all kinds of things. So our whole business model is about overcoming obstacles for home ownership and making it affordable and helping people to get a better deal. And we guarantee it for any home. So anyway, let's get into the very first one. If you have any questions, you can reach me. My number, you can text me my direct cell number down below, and I'll keep it there throughout the entire video. The number one is, I don't have enough cash to buy a home. The biggest myth is that people need 20% down. I just read it. I'm big on statistics. That's how I know who out there is not getting good advice. And statistics show still over 60% of home buyers or would-be home buyers still think they need at least 20% of a down payment. And that is totally false. About 1 in every 3 of my clients that are first-time home buyers, I helped get them into a home with 0 down and 0 closing cost and less than $1,000 total out of pocket. Is very, very doable. You need at least a 640 credit score, and you just need good, stable job history and, to be able to afford the monthly payment. But those options exist, and we do it all the time. Even if you can't do that, or you don't qualify for it, or if your credit's, maybe closer to 600 or something like that, we can get you in a home with 3.5% down, not 20%, 3.5%. And if your credit's a little low and you're trying to get it just a little higher, we even have a free program to help you get it there. And we'll get into credit here in a minute. But just so you know that you can get into a home with very little cash, in some cases, no cash. So if that's what's holding you back, if that's one of the 6 items here, maybe the only of the 6 items we're going to talk about in this video, you need to reach out. We can do things for you. And we're not talking about fixer-upper homes. None of this video is about fixer-upper homes, junk homes, homes some people don't want. Everything we're discussing in this video deals with brand new, under warranty, quality built, move-in ready, all appliances kind of homes, right? We're talking about very, very nice homes, quality homes from quality builders. So let's get into number 2, the credit. We already touched on it a little bit. A lot of people think they need perfect credit to be able to get into a home. But the truth of the matter is, if you got at least 600 credit, then we can get you into a home. If your credit's just slightly below 600, we might be able to help you do something to bump it up real quick and you be there. So if you call me up and you say, oh, well, but my credit's still a 590, and I'm trying to get it up to 700. No way. We could probably get you in a home within the next 30 days. We just need to jump that up to 600, which, a lot of times when the lender looks at the credit report, they say, hey, look, we just need you to pay down this credit card a little bit, and boom, you're there. But anyway, we don't know unless you reach out, right? But the bottom line is, with credit as low as 600, you can get into a home. So if you're thinking that you're trying to get your credit up to 700, 720, 750 and all that kind of stuff, and home prices continue to tick up and you're still trying to get you're already there. Why keep pushing yourself, when you already qualify, right? So now, through the first 2 myths already, we're talking about low 600s in the credit and hardly any cash out of pocket at all, right? Number 3 is the monthly payments would be too high. The truth of the matter is, even with the down payment assistance program with 0 down and 0 closing costs, there are actually homes in some select areas of Houston as low as $1,500 per month. That's right. You heard that right. $1,500 per month. That's taxes, insurance, principal, interest, that's all of it bundled together, $1,500 per month. Now, most homes in most areas, 3-bedroom homes, are probably with with the zero down program is going to be about $2,100 a month. With the 3.5% down payment, you're talking about closer to $1,900 to $2,000 per month for, a nice 3-bedroom, 1,500 square feet, 2-car garage loaded with appliances and, move-in ready, all that kind of stuff. 4 bedrooms, $2,350 with the down payment. $2,250 with the down payment assistance program, closer to $2,100. If you put the 3.5% down. But the bottom line is we're talking lower monthly payments, even on the down. Now, listen, market rates right now, look, if you look at the date on this video, and then you look at what the market rates are, even on the zero down program, we can get you a 5.75 interest rate, a 5.75, and the market rate right now is 6.5. And if you put 3.5% down at the time we're making this video, you could even have an interest rate as low as 4.5%. So that brings us into number 4, which is you're waiting for interest rates to come down. So if your objection is, the interest rates are just too high and it's driving the monthly payments too high, the bottom line is we can get you into home with a 4.5% interest rate, not a 6.5%, all across Houston. In fact, I'm going to put up this map real quick. I'm going to show you all the areas. This is only about half of them. On this map that we got up right here represents about half the places where we can get you into one of these lower interest rate homes and with zero down and zero closing costs. I'm telling you, we are the affordability realtor here in Houston. Number one, nobody can touch it. So anyway, if you're waiting for the interest rates to come down, technically speaking, they already are down. The other thing too is a lot of people that say they're waiting for the interest rates to come down, what they don't understand is when the market rate does come down, then the buyer pool jumps up and the home prices jump up because there's supply and demand. The more demand there is on the homes, the more they can increase prices to kind of juggle, keep it in balance with the supply and demand. So now here's the other thing. Let's say, for example, the argument that you were waiting for the rates to come down, even though we can already get you in the 4s. If you were waiting, it doesn't even really make sense anyway, because if once interest rates do come down, home prices will come up. So your monthly payment wouldn't change anyway. It would still balance out, right? So, but the thing is, and this is important if you're entirely focused on interest rates to know, not just that we can get you a lower interest rate already now, but and look, that's free too. You don't have to pay for that. The other places, if you talk into lenders and stuff like that, and they're saying you can get a lower rate, but you have to pay for it. No. We're talking about somebody paying for that for you. But anyway, just to back up a little bit, if home prices go up, they rarely ever come back down here in the Houston market. We have a very good market. This isn't like California and New York or something where it drops off and you talk about price bubbles and all this kind of stuff. That didn't really happen here in Houston. Not in my lifetime here. It had not happened. So anyway, when home prices go up, they don't come back down. So if you pay whatever price you pay on the home, you're stuck with that price. It can never go lower again. You can't 3 years from now say, I want to refinance. I want my home price to be lower, or I want it lowered. I want my balance lowered or something like that. However, if you buy even with a high interest rate and then interest rates come down, you can turn around and refinance later to get the lower. So you can never bring the home price back down in and of yourself, but you can always bring the interest rate down in and of yourself through a refinance. So it's always more important to go off the home price than it is the interest rate anyway, for that reason. You don't want to pay the higher home price, even if you got to pay a little higher on the interest rate. But again, with all that being said, 4.5% right now into a home. 5.75% with a down payment assistance program. So the next one, and this is a big one, a lot of people don't know. And that's that they reach out to me so many times and say, hey man, I love your videos. I love what you're doing. I love it, all that, but my lease doesn't end until such and such date. So I can't really buy a home for another 6 months or 7 months. Or, oh man, we just signed a new lease. I'm gonna have to wait till next year, but I'm gonna keep your net. There are options to help you get out of your lease. There's things we can do, not for every lease, but probably about 80% of leases, there's things we can do to help you get out. There's buyouts on leases, especially if it's an apartment lease, right? There's typically, they say, if you give us a 60-day notice and you pay an extra month penalty and all this kind of stuff, they'll let you out. Well, there's ways that we can finance that penalty or roll it into the price of the home, or we might be able to pay for it for you outright. It just all depends on the lease, the circumstances, what home you're buying, and what program we're looking at. But there are options to get you out of your lease, right? So the lease part of it and being stuck in your lease, you need to move when it's best for you, not when it's best for when your lease expires. So just let us know. There's ways that we can help out with that. And then the last objection, and this is really, really geared towards first-time home buyers, people relocating here, or just in general, people buying their first Texas home, okay, is I don't know where to start. Well, the beauty of it is I can help you with that. Our whole goal is to make home buying affordable and easy, step-by-step, easy and affordable. So because we work with first-time home buyers so much, it's probably like 65 to 70% of all our buyers are first-time buyers. And then a big chunk of the rest are relocation buyers. We make it easy because we do this step by step with people who don't know what they don't know, right? Do you feel like you might miss out on something or not know something or not know what to ask or stuff like that? Because we take it step by step all the time from somebody who don't know anything at all about buying a home, all the way through closing to the other side and what they need to know when they move into their home, step by step, the whole thing. We make it easy. If you go out online and you say, tell me everything I need to know about buying a home, and you're going to end up with this huge long list of all this kind of stuff that some of it may apply to you, some of it may not. So, I mean, and it's going to feel like overwhelming, right? But if we only take what pertains to you and we only deal with the pertinent things and we just take it one little step at a time, it's amazing. It'll blow your mind just how easy it really is to buy a home and how easy it is to do it with lower credit than you probably thought and with hardly any cash out of pocket. So anyway, I hope this video was valuable to you. I can't be passionate enough or say enough about just how important and how much we love helping people buy homes that didn't think they could buy a home, maybe were told no by somebody else before, don't know what to do, or might have been putting self-imposed limitations on their home purchase from one of the 6 myths we just busted today. So anyway, I hope you reach out. I hope you find this video useful. And until we see you on the next video, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.